But even if this were so, the case would not be altered of its being a kind of demon. For the universal and earthly soul, which enters on account of all kinds of food, being taken to excess by overmuch food, is itself united to the spirit.
Read that one
As
more time.
okay. But even if this were so, the case would not be altered of its being a kind of demon. For the universal and earthly soul, which enters on account of all kinds of food, being taken to excess by overmuch food, is itself united to the spirit as being cognate, which is the soul of man, and the material part of the food, being united to the body, is left as a dreadful poison to it. Wherefore, in all respects, moderation is excellent.
Yeah, that's crazy. So it's saying, but for the universal and earthly soul, which enters on account of all kinds of food, being taken to excess by overmuch food, is in itself united to the spirit. So that means if you overindulging in food, then that's united. That's your soul being united to the spirit, and it says is itself united to the spirit as being cognate. What definition you got on that, man?
It says related or connected, or related or descended from a common ancestor.
Man, that's why they got that. What's that? Calaman. What's that thing? There's something Mantarius or something. Kodak. It's like some kind of plan to kill
Codex
everybody.
Alimentarius.
Yeah, Kodak. What is that?
Codex Alimentarius.
Yeah, that's why that's like in effect, because they know. That's why I'm telling you, man. Like I've been eating out so much, and it's like horrible. It's really horrible. The food is they getting us by the food. Like we gotta go on a serious mission not to satisfy our flesh with food. For the universal and earthly soul, which enters on account of all kinds of food, being taken to excess by overmuch food, is itself united to the spirit as being cognate, which is the soul of man, and the material part of the food being united to the body is left as a dreadful poison to it. And that's what happens. I mean, everything, every disease, every sickness, everything that's happened to you, it's because of how you eating.
Let me get the same account from Recognitions on this part and see
right.
see what it's. Hold on for a second.
Yeah. Say that again. Yeah. You gotta stop eating to satisfy your flesh. Especially when something be really tasting good. Like, this is good. I just eat just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Next thing you know, you like, oh, why did I do that to myself?
All right, it said Recognitions, the fourth book. It's worded different in Recognitions, but it's the same discourse.
Right. I read that.
It says, this is the part that we on now. This is not the whole thing we just read, but the part that we at now. It says, there is therefore a measure of faith, which if it be perfect, drives the demon perfectly from the soul. But if it has any defect, something on the part of the demon still remains in the portion of infidelity, and it is the greatest difficulty for the soul to understand when or how, whether fully or less fully, the demon has been expelled from it. For if he remains in any quarter, when he gets an opportunity, he suggests thoughts to men's hearts, and they, not knowing whence they come, believe the suggestions of the demons as if they were the perceptions of their own souls. Thus, they suggest to some to follow pleasure by occasion of bodily necessity. They excuse the passionateness of others by excess of gall. They color over the madness of others by the vehemence of melancholy, and even extenuate the folly of some as the result of abundance of phlegm. But even if this were so, still none of these could be hurtful to the body except from the excess of meats and drinks, because when these are taken in excessive quantities, their abundance, which the natural warmth is not sufficient to digest, curdles into a sort of poison, and it, flowing through the bowels and all the veins like a common sewer, renders the motion of the body unhealthy and base. Wherefore moderation is to be attained in all things, that neither may place be given to the demons, nor the soul, being possessed by them, be delivered with them to be tormented in eternal fires.
Yeah, that's crazy. So this is kind of crazy, because to me, this is like some serious insight into what we dealing with. Or either we just tripping hard.
Let me ask you this. So is it saying that excessiveness is like a poison, right, to the body?
It says if you eat too much meat and stuff in excess, it will become a poison. So you can only eat as much as your body can process, because it's not designed to process a whole bunch of meat and stuff. Like, when people be eating these big meals, it's like usually if you go and eat some food at a restaurant or something, they usually give you really too much. But because it's in front of your face and it tastes good, you eat the whole thing. That's the zone. When they got, and then when you look at what they do to try to make a McDonald's hamburger look inviting, them Jones is like straight poison. Now go back to the other one, man of gun. We go to 9 and 13. Go ahead, Sister Shalita. You still there?
9 and 13. But some of the maleficent demons deceive in another way, for at first they do not even show their existence, in order that care may not be taken against them. But in due time, by means of anger, love, or some other affection, they suddenly injure the body by sword, or halter, or precipice, or something else. And the last bring to punishment the deceived souls, those who have been mixed up with them, as we said, withdrawing into the purifying fire.
Yeah, that's cool. He's saying some of these maleficent demons, they deceive in another way. At first, they don't even show that they exist, so they get in there, and they don't even try to get you to do a whole lot of stuff. They just kind of lie dormant, in order that care might not be taken against them. So they lay low, so you won't try to get them out. But they wait till you fall in love or something like that, and in the heat of anger or passion of love, you shoot somebody or somebody shoots you, or you fall. You figure you in love or something happened, and you be so upset you jump off a cliff and kill yourself, or you be so in the heat of passion kill somebody, or they kill you or something. He says this demon lay low until he could get you to do something to take yourself out, and then bring you to punishment. He says, and at the last, bring to punishment the deceived soul of those who have been mixed up with them, as we said, withdrawn into the purifying fire.
But others, who are deceived in another way, do not approach us, being seduced by the instigations of maleficent demons, as if they suffered these things at the hands of the gods themselves on account of their neglect of them, and were able to reconcile them by sacrifices, and that it is not needful to come to us, but rather to flee from and hate us. And at the same time, they hate and flee from those who have greater compassion for them and who follow after them in order to do good to them.
Well, he said these demons get on some people and they think that they could do some type of sacrifice or some ritual to their gods or something, and that they don't need to hear the word of the Lord. And so they run from the ones that's delivering them the word and that's following after them to do good. So, yeah, we're gonna get back into this next class, more willing. I don't know about y'all, man, but we gotta really focus on what we need to do. And this is a military campaign that we embarked in. And we gotta fight this war, and we gotta war in the spirit so that we can be effective. And we gotta get delivered ourselves and then deliver the people. Because people all over the planet is being, just ruled by wicked spirits. And if they don't get delivered, they're going to be carried to the fire. So we got our work cut out for us.